Who is Rick Barker? Who is Rick Barker? I remember that day so well. Our spiritual advisor at the time, Jean-Claude Joyal from Quebec, he asked me that question. Who is Rick Barker? I want to know who is Rick Barker. Yeah, I kind of answered quickly and said, well, I'm pastor of... Nope, he said. Nope, that is what you do. Who is Rick Barker? Yeah, so you want to go deeper, eh? Well, I'm the husband of... Nope, that is your role to play. Father? Nope. Just a position, part of what you do. Who is Rick Barker? And then I clued in. Oh, I'm a son of God. Now we're getting somewhere. See, a lot of people go through life and they don't really know who they are at their very, very core. They know what they do. They know kind of the roles they play. Some of them work at it all their life, actually, trying to figure out who they are by what they do. So their whole career is who they are, in a sense. They're either a doctor, or they're a lawyer, they're a consultant, they're a hard laborer, they're whatever they do, they're so good at it, that's who they are. So, I mean, even you introduce somebody to somebody, within seconds, it's like, oh, what do you do? Because it's so built into us, tied in to who we are is what we do, when in reality, that's not the most important thing. I mean, literally, if you chop off your legs and chop off your arms, you're still you. And it's not about what you do, it's who you are inside. So knowing at the very core of who you are as a son of God or a daughter of God is so, so important. What we do afterwards flows out of that. So Peter jumps in there and he says this. He goes, you are a chosen generation. You're a royal priesthood, a holy nation. Why? This is who you are. Like, you're chosen by God, you're loved by God, you're born again in God. But it says that you are chosen so that you would proclaim the excellencies of Him who called you out of darkness, transferred you into His marvelous, glorious light. That's who you are. Once you were not a people, now you're a people. Now you're the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, now you receive mercy. Like, woo! He goes, beloved, I urge you then. I urge you. You're just sojourners. You're just passing through here. I urge you as exiles to abstain from the passions of the flesh. Like, what are they? They just wage war against your soul. So keep your conduct pure. Keep your conduct among the Gentiles pure, so that when they accuse you of doing wrong or doing evil, they will glorify God on that day when all is revealed, because there's really nothing that they can have against you, because you're keeping your conduct honorable. So you do stuff based out of who you are. Jesus modeled that for us so well. In John 13, if you remember, it says, knowing that He came from the Father and He was returning to the Father, He wrapped a towel around His waist, grabbed a bowl, and washed their feet, right? So it's like out of who He was, out of the security of knowing He had come from the Father, He's returning to the Father. He'd come from heaven, He's returning to heaven. Knowing who He was, He served. Knowing who we are, we serve. It's not what we do that makes us who we are. It's who we are that enables us to do what we do. Paul talks about it as well in Ephesians. He says, you are chosen from the foundation of the earth. God chose you, predestined you. You're saved. You're saved by grace, not of works, lest anybody should boast. It's not about you, right? So it's all about Him and His grace and all of that. Why? To proclaim the praises of His glorious grace. And then finally He gets to, and you are created by, His masterpiece, your craftsmanship. You're created to do. So after all knowing who you are, you're created to do works that are prepared in advance for you to do. So He's got works for you to do, yes, all to the glory of His great grace, yes, but not to earn brownie points or anything like that. When you're on a works-based salvation, or trying to do it yourself, you're either going to end up in pride or you're going to end up in despair. Pride because you did it and you're good and you're solid and God, you owe me because I did this. Or despair, I can never measure up. I failed again. I'm such a loser. But God declares, no, it's not that at all. He declares who we are. First and foremost, your sons loved by God, your daughters loved by God. He's chosen you. You're royal, you're a priesthood. You're called to make these beautiful sacrifices unto him. You're called before the foundations of the world to proclaim his excellencies, the good news of who he is and what he's all about, how he's transformed you, transferred you from darkness into his marvelous light. This is amazing. So what we're to do, after knowing all who we are, we go and we represent him on this earth. Represent him. Represent him. Represent the glories of God and the gospel of Jesus Christ. Represent him. Over to you.